After living in Austin for over 12 years, I consider the city to be my home and I consider myself to be an Austinite. I love it here and I have countless reasons for staying here, which I share in my other videos. I have a full playlist on Austin, Texas, links down below that you can check out. And I'll probably make another video similar to this on the reasons why to move to Austin. However, in this video, I'm gonna play devil's advocate and share some reasons why you shouldn't move to Austin. I'm gonna start with my 5th reason and move all the way down to my 1st, so make sure you watch until the end of the video. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment if you live in Austin or if you've ever been here. So the 5th reason is allergies. If you are prone to allergies, or even if you are not prone to allergies, I know many people who had no issues with allergies their whole life, and then they moved to Austin and they couldn't breathe. I'm probably one of those people. Austin's air is filled with everything from cedar to mold to wheeze. It will literally leave you gasping for air, so be careful if you are prone to allergies. Reason number 4 is Austin is really hot in the summer. The spring and the fall in Austin is incredible. The winter is even quite warm. It's winter now and it's honestly quite warm and hot outside. But in the summer, you are not going to be able to leave your apartment or your house for more than 10 minutes without being drenched in sweat or honestly scalding. It is so hot and the weather fluctuates like crazy. In 2021, and I think it was February or January, we had a snowpocalypse.
A massive winter storm is threatening more than 150 million Americans.
The storm system wreaking havoc across dozens of states,
which was honestly really terrifying and scarring for many of us because we went 1 week without water or electricity. The whole city did. I was here during that time. We were also stranded in our homes because Austin doesn't have the infrastructure to clear the roads, and we've never really had a snowstorm like that before. The weather in Austin is really fickle. You don't really know what you're gonna get or when, and that can actually be a problem for many people. If you are gonna move to Austin, I highly suggest coming to Austin during the summer, spending a few days outside and just experiencing the heat, because that is what you're gonna have to deal with if you stay here. Reason number 3 is Austin is so crowded. The growth rate of Austin is insane. The city was not built to sustain this many people so quickly. The roads were not built for it. We only have 2 really big highways going from north to south, I-35 and EBOOK. I think there's one more further out east that's built now. However, traffic gets super bad. Everywhere is super crowded. It's hard to get reservations, especially after COVID. And that can honestly be a turnoff to many people, because at the beginning, a lot of people would move to Austin because it was less crowded. So if that was one of your reasons for wanting to move here, is more space and just having less traffic, it might not be the best place for you to move. Reason number 2 is Austin has changed significantly over the years. Originally, people would move to Austin because it was weird. It was kind of a hippie town for musicians and creatives to come to. It was inexpensive, and there's a really nice sense of community. Not to say that Austin doesn't have that sense of community anymore. However, with the huge influx of tech companies, big corporations, and just a lot of people, Austin has changed over the years, and you can see that kind of creativity and music scene and just that really community-oriented and affordable living diminish. It is really sad. I moved here in 2010 and I remember attending South by Southwest in 2011, 2012. I was still really young back then, but I was out and about, and that festival has changed so much over the years. It went from being really music centered and just walking into different bars and listening to these musicians play and hearing new sounds and meeting new people. Now it's really badge heavy. You really need to know the right people. It's really hard to get into these huge events, and a lot of South by is surrounded around tech now. There are 3 parts to South by Southwest. There's the tech, film, and then music. And at first it was mostly a music festival for new musicians to be discovered. However, now it's more of a corporate scheme or a tech thing to launch apps or to launch businesses and whatnot. So the idea of Austin and what it is, and I mean in a way that still is based on being creative and kind of getting that growth from the beginning. And while it is similar in a way, because it still is a creative space, if you're building an app or if you're launching a new company, it is more focused on the business side rather than the community creative side. And Austin's charm also caused people to flood the city, which leads me to point number 1. Austin is quite inflated and quite expensive. Austin is ranked as number 5 for the fastest growing rent prices over the past year. Rent has increased so significantly that people are being moved out of their homes. There's a lot of gentrification taking place, especially in the east side, which is really sad because these local Austinites that are generationally here for so many years are now not able to afford the place that they've called home or their families have called home for decades. Rent has almost doubled since this time last year, which is kind of crazy. And they are comparing rent prices in Austin to New York City. New York City's median rent price is around $3,000, while Austin is around $2,900, which is shockingly close, considering that New York has 8 million people living in it and Austin has around 1 million. I spoke about this in my recent video on your quarter life prices, which I'll have linked in the screen or down below. Many companies recently have participated in a mass layoff, which is really scary for Austin since so many people here are working in tech. That's definitely going to have a huge effect on the housing market in the city and also how many people move here or if people are forced to leave from not being able to afford their mortgage or their rents. There are a few reasons that I personally think Austin is not the best place for you to move to right now. If you are aware with my channel, you know that I move frequently. I leave Austin for a few months, a year, 6 months, a couple years, and then I end up coming back just because it is home for me and I have family here and all of that. If I didn't have all these ties to Austin and have my home base here, I probably wouldn't live here right now. I personally love living outside of the US, but some of the other cities in the US that I would want to live are New York, but bigger cities. So Austin is still more affordable for me right now. However, if you plan on moving here, don't let this video deter you. I just wanted to make some of these things clear and out in the open for people who aren't from Austin, coming from a local Austinite. But if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, leave me comments down below, of course subscribe, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.